Good day, good afternoon, and good morning. Whenever you're watching this video, welcome. I'm trying to find a space out of the glare here. Here we go. And I hope you're having a really great day and I've enjoyed this series around learning a little bit deeper, not just about enjoyable movement and getting your motive to move figured out, but just some of the logistical things around perfectionism with movement, as well as when movement is painful. And this is what we've talked about this week around how to get out of the all or nothing. So that was the main point of our discussions around movement. My name is Tracy Brown. I'm a somatic dietitian and a tuned eating specialist. And we are wrapping up our week around some of the barriers to regular movement with this video today, which is going to be about when your body doesn't match what the cultural view is of what fitness looks like. It's one of my favorite topics. So I'm speaking from the point of view of being, I feel like, not only I was once actually an athlete and a sports enthusiast, and now I just kind of do movement when I can with my schedule, following my body's impulse, and that works good enough for me. So, but I'm also speaking from the perspective of I know that I'm recovered in a thinner body, and so I don't have the experience of being an athlete in a larger body or wanting to be more, improving strength or flexibility or stamina in a larger body. But I'm just speaking about from mostly the experiences of my clients and people I care about, which is all my clients and you all. All right. So, and the stories that people share with me, whether they work with me or not, and I get lots of messages every week around people's experiences and people just want to feel good. We all want to feel good in our bodies. And I think it can feel like there's a barrier or a limitation. And we talked about the limitations of pain and chronic illness earlier this week. We talked about how perfectionism actually is a barrier for most people being consistent. But today we're going to talk about, if you're having the experiences, I'm regularly in like an athletic field or a job, or part of my job is fitness, or all of my job is fitness, or I just enjoy more athletic endeavors, and I don't feel like I quite fit. And so for everybody who is watching this live, thank you so much for coming live. For all my replay viewers, thank you so much for taking the time around your schedule or even in your day to watch or the live or replays, because without you all I don't get to do these videos, because I would just be talking to the wind. So I'm so grateful that you all find value in these, that you pass them along to people that you care about as well. So anyway, what do we do? Let's just start off where some of that hesitation about feeling good enough or worthy to show up in venues, let's say gyms or at 5K races or whatever, in a larger body. And what people tell me, the people, my clients, my readers, tell me is that, first, think about this. How hard is it to when you see, let's say, fitness magazines make me crazy, because it's always the same looking person. Honestly, you could just cut off her head and put on a different head and face, maybe even different skin color, different hair color. It's pretty much the same body type. And right there perpetuates this idea that there's only one way to look fit, or not look fit, but be fit. There's only one fitness. It's almost like it perpetuates the belief that fitness is a look. Fitness is not a look. And I say that because, and one of the most helpful things for me was way back in the day to help me work through these issues are feeling like I wasn't fit unless I looked a certain way, which for me personally was getting rid of all the fitness health magazines. They were just toxic, totally not helpful, and perpetuating not enoughness. But secondly, something that was actually positively additive to my experience and to my healing was watch the Olympics. There are people from all over the world doing all these varied sports and activities, and there are every body size and shape that you can imagine is included there. I think that's really important to recognize, is that there are going to be body types that are just I'm not doing a stereotype here. Some people are just going to be, with how they're made, better at certain things. I'm an endurance person. I've used to lift hard and power lift and do all these things, and it took me forever to make any gains. It's just not how my body is made. But some people just take to it like a duck in water, and it's just wonderful. And they might be bigger body, they may not be, it doesn't matter, but it's more about just understanding you and what your body just kind of can do, basically. So the other thing is, I want you to be thinking about looking at, just because we are acculturated to believe that only smaller bodies can be fit, it feels like that's not true in the real world. If you actually look at your world and see, like, no, watch the Olympics, you'll see people of all shapes and sizes. And two, just by default, the people walking around in the world, or even if you're in a motorized scooter thing helping you get around because of some chronic pain or kind of other issues, bodies still move. So bodies are meant to be moved, so bodies can move more if it's possible. And so I don't want you to think that, let's say that you have a physical job. You're a physical therapist. Let's say you teach aerobics. You work on a farm. Absolutely, Jenna, we should be celebrating our differences. It's awesome. I mean, people are made, there's a place for every body and every body type. And not every body type is going to be good at everything, and big whoop, right? It's like, it's not how it needs, you would even have to have a framework about that. It has to be all the same. Oh, I'm so glad, Jill, you feel like I'm peeking into your brain, because I'll be honest, I find it super refreshing when we used to patron gyms, and I wanted there to be all different kinds of shapes and bodies, and this is my own bias here that I'm fully honest about, is that I totally would have like suspicions about if every group fitness trainer was thin. Because it's like, are they, why is everybody like that? Is that because that feels like this is, because it feels so easy and welcoming that's the only people who apply for these jobs? Or are people doing things to suppress their weight? What's going on here? Why, and I would go to there, but I was lucky enough to go to a lot of gyms where there are personal trainers of all shapes and sizes, and fitness instructors of all shapes and sizes. And I know that the people who patron those places loved it. And I was actually, I didn't tell you all this, but in a past life, I was a personal trainer for 4 or 5 years. And even though I knew I fit in with the cultural dictates of what fitness, I think, is supposed to look like, because I was small, it's one of those things that I really push people to recognize that don't try to look like me. Don't try to be like me. Like, what do you enjoy doing, and what can your body do, and what are your goals here? Because frankly, I don't look like I do because of anything I'm doing. I eat normally, I eat whatever, and I move my body. If I move my body less, I'll have less muscle. I move my body more, I'll have more muscle. That's it. That's the only thing that's going to happen here. So don't try to be like me or emulate me. Let's just figure out what's good for you. So my stuff aside, I just want to lift everybody up here who is not in a smaller body to recognize that fitness comes in all shapes and sizes. And if you are facing like stigma where you work out, where, let's say that you're a fitness professional of some kind and you feel like that people are judging you, I wish that wasn't so, and I would love to be naive enough to think that that's not true. But what I do know is that for every person that thinks that you shouldn't be teaching a group fitness class, or you shouldn't be teaching CrossFit, or you aren't a good physical therapist for them, or whatever, because of what you look like, there are going to be 10 others that just are so appreciative of you not being too scared to be out there in the world and do the thing that you love doing or that you're good at doing to make a difference. And I celebrate you all who's like I I didn't share this either because I didn't know if it was relevant, but I just want to share this. On Thanksgiving, I probably did I walked 75% of it, ran 25% of it, a 5K with my family. Just something fun to do because it's like the weather was nice. We didn't want to sit inside and wait all day, to like just, we're all together. We just signed up for it spontaneously. It wasn't a big planned out thing. We did it like the day before. And I loved it. And not because of my running, my walking, my performance. It was because there were people of all shapes and sizes out there enjoying the weather and enjoying moving their body. I adored it. So if you're somebody who feels like I can't go because I'll be the last one, that still doesn't mean that something's wrong with your body. You don't belong there. If you love doing it, go do it. If you don't feel like you're ready for that, I want to reassure you, I'd be happy to help you feel more ready if that's something you want to do. I want you to be taking up space in the world. We need you. We need you. I want to answer this question here. Jenna, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. It was Gina. I'm sorry. I don't want to get it wrong. I haven't talked to you personally, so I'm not sure. You said you taught English in South Korea in a bigger body. You were stared at. I felt like a monster. Well, you're not a monster. And, people could do well, could do better by each other as humans to not act as if there's only one body type or shape or way to be. And I'm so sorry that you felt that way and experienced that. And the only thing I can say really to that is that to know that that's not true, and that all shapes and sizes deserve to take up space in this world. And that's the reality. Now, do people always easily accept reality? We know that's not true. People have a way harder time accepting reality, and it's really much easier to make up your own reality. That something's wrong with my body, or I don't belong here, or it's not safe for me to exist here, than to say it's hard sometimes to be here. But that doesn't mean that I don't belong. So Mary, I want to ask you talk about, I feel the need to stay in the fitness space, the group fitness instructor at the Y, because I'm one of the few people who are not the visual of the typical instructor. Yes, I'm so glad you're there. I've got to tell you, if people were be willing to talk to you, they would tell you that like they're just so happy you're there, because all shapes and sizes of bodies can do stuff, and we need to see that so it inspires others. Now, I'm not saying that everybody has to go be a fitness instructor, but what we can do, all of us, from the inside out, is to get so regulated and so almost kind of like at home in our own cells that people can tell. I think of two people in my mind that I've had relationships with. One with a really close friend, and another was actually the person who helped me buy my first house. And this woman, oh my gosh, I just so admired her. She was not only in basically a very large body, tall, but she just was everywhere she went, she owned the space. She was intelligent and articulate and bright and amazing. And I felt so safe and comfortable with her in this experience. And, there was just something about like this. She was just a role model in every way. And I don't know, like, just so you know, I just share that with you, that people look up to people who own their space, who feel like they deserve to be there, to show up in the world. And that includes all shapes and sizes of bodies. Anybody will look up to you for doing that. And I know that's a little off the fitness tangent, but if you can start to feel that inside yourself, like whoever throws shade your way in the fitness kind of space, it's like we're going to learn we're going to have the bandwidth to let that bounce off or not hurt so much, because we know that like that's people's insecurity popping out, and it's not really about you, or that something's wrong with your body. If you're going to be in the gym settings, Mary, I just want to put that there. Like, I think there's a level of, there's going to be a level if we're doing something that puts us out there, whether it's speaking out on videos or, being a leader in anything. you know, in front of a classroom, in a fitness arena, I mean, where you are basically looked at, people are going to have opinions. And especially in the fitness space, people are going to like, we're all programmed to, like, if you're at the gym, you're there to lose weight because that's what you do, right? That's why you exercise. And people will say it's about health. We all know that, like, if we can have some acceptance that if you're going to be in the gym space, a lot of people are going to be there because they feel like they have to be there to change their bodies. If you're there to grow your fitness capacity in all kinds of different ways, it's just going to be more fun for you, and you're going to enjoy it more, and that's going to also help you own the space. Yeah, Mary, I think one of the most fit people I've ever personally trained back in the day was a woman, like, just owned her life. She was an ER nurse. This is like 15, 20 years ago. And she wanted to be there to have a lot of stamina for that really intense job. And she rocked it. Oh my gosh. I mean, she needed to be coaching me, to be honest. She was great. And she just came to the gym because she knew that, like, she was tired and she wanted somebody to be there with her to just help her take care of this body that was doing so many, just honestly, this body helped her do, like, save lives. It was amazing. And she worked out really hard, and she was amazing and strong and fit and fast and everything and powerful. And her body never changed. She stayed in a fat body. She just got better and stronger. It was awesome. So I want you to all know that that's possible too. And that it's just if we can shift from, like, I'm going to own my space, even in these spaces where I'm more visible and people might have opinions, you're going to feel less self-conscious about what people think. And I know that's easy for me to say. I know it's not easy to come to the space of that, but I know it's possible only because of the experiences I've had with people in my life and, you know, people I've got the privilege to work with. So I hope this video was helpful, encouraging, whatever, but just realize that, yeah, if you're going to be in this fitness space, or want to be, or know that, like, you know, how do I accept that, like, if I get fitter, I'm not going to be thinner. And how do you accept that? It's just like, well, maybe nothing's wrong with that. Let's celebrate it. Celebrate, like, wow, my body can do some awesome stuff, and not everybody is going to understand that, and let them be okay with, like, looking at you sideways like a puppy, like, like, I don't get it. Like, this person kicks butt and they're not thin and it doesn't compute in my little brain. It's like, let them do that. It's okay. And enjoy the ride. Enjoy. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please pass along to people who could really feel filled from that. And of course, I'm always open to all your suggestions and comments for future videos. And I'm going to start collecting all these videos and sending out, like, a weekly, basically Peace with Food digest, where I'm going to summarize like, this week was like a fitness and movement week, essentially. And I'm going to be including that in, like, a digest. So if you missed some things, you want to review it, you don't want to look back over the social medias and try to find it again, it will be, if you're on my email list, you'll be able to have access to that as well. So if you're not part of my email list, I'll post one of the opt-ins I have below, and you can get a free gift along with that, and also just get access to these when I publish them. So it'll be my regular blog post plus, like, a Friday kind of, like, here's what you missed if you missed any of these videos or some of the discussions. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great weekend, and bye for now.